Fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul. But rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. Knowing, therefore, the terror of the Lord, we persuade men. terrorofgod.com.
And now another debate challenge, this time directed towards T. Russell Hunter, the founder of AHA, Abolish Human Abortion, and specifically on the subject of the right to self-defense, particularly the right to defense of the preborn. The late Brother Charles Spingola said it very clearly with this axiomatic statement: the preborn deserve the same defense as the born. Can you say it? I can say it. Let me say it again. Quoting Chuck Spingola, the preborn deserve the same defense as the born. Preborn persons deserve the same defense as born persons. But T. Russell Hunter, the great abolitionist who has hijacked the title of abolition, says that the person who takes it upon himself to make a mission of stopping evil with violence without the authorization of the governing authorities is in practice usurping the authorities that God has established, and as such, this is an evil. T. Russell Hunter.
I have no idea how much I've had. I've been drinking vodka.
Okay. Have you gone through a bottle yet, or no?
No.
Okay.
Can I be totally honest with you? I have no idea. I probably had vodka tonic, probably. I don't know how many times I've poured it.
Okay.
Into a
17, 12, 1, 10, 15. Are you drinking tumblers or shots?
Into a cup.
Okay. All right, we're going to go back to this back car over here, okay? Are your car keys in front pocket?
They're right here. Can I talk to you?
Yeah, you can talk to me.
We're going to get a pizza. I was going to eat a pizza. I was going to go home.
Okay. The problem is you came out on the roadways and you've been drinking, okay? Which puts everyone else in danger.
I agree with you.
It was last week when we had a 23-year-old woman who was killed by a drunk driver. Okay.
No, I agree with you on all of that.
Correct.
And I should not have lied to you.
Officer Hicks.
I know.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
You got $209. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Is this different, or is this foreign currency, or
No,
it's just
that's
fake?
that's art.
fake.
Okay, gotcha.
That's the art
Oh, it's
that I
the Trump
do.
Hillary. I like it.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
It's a bad self-hater bill.
Here, I'm going to put this in your pocket.
Is
These keys in your pocket.
Follow-up that there's no location.
Here. I'm going to have a seat in here, and I got to read something to you, okay? And I'll explain the process of what we're going to do tonight.
I am just wondering if there is any possibility whatsoever that I could drive home.
No, you can't drive, period.
Well, that you could drive me home.
Unfortunately, tonight we're already at where we're at, so we're going to move forward, okay? So go ahead. Here, let me give you some light so you can see the seat, because it's a little tricky.
No, I'm not that inebriated.
You're pretty intoxicated. You've got urine on your pants. You failed on my, or well, not failed, but you showed a lot of cues and signs on my test that would lead me to believe you're very intoxicated. Okay. Go ahead and have a seat all the way in. You're tall, so you might actually want to scoot.
You're fine.
Long-wise.
You're fine.
No, I mean like butt first along the seat, because your feet may not fit very comfortably right there. Okay. Let me read something to you.
Officer Hicks,
Yes, sir.
I'm just asking if there's any way possible.
And I'll be honest with you, there's not.
There's not.
Okay. And I'm not going to sit here and lie to you or anything like that. Tonight, what we're going to do is I got to read this to you first. We're going to do this.
So,
one step
Mr.
at a
Hunter,
time.
what have we learned? We've learned that you know how to beg, in a very plaintive tone. You know how to beg, and you know how to piss yourself. But let me not be too cruel, because every one of us have done things that we regret, and you asked us to forgive you. And it's not Christian of me, wouldn't be charitable of me not to forgive you. So I just want to let you know, though I've never met you, I'm ready to, though. I'm ready to debate you on this very salient point. The preborn deserve the same defense as the born. Okay? And don't tell me you believe it, because I just read the quote from you that's been on your website for years. And to say that you need the governing authorities' permission in the context of genocide, decades of genocide, when the governing authorities themselves are collaborating in the genocide of tiny defenseless babies, is a lie. No, what you said is a lie, is not a lie. A man does have the right, and we do, as human beings, have the right to defend our neighbors. Because people who are being killed, people who have been classified as non-persons, do have the right to self-defense, even if the governing authorities usurp to themselves the right that God never gave them to classify certain categories of innocent human beings as non-persons who have no right to self-defense. And when they don't have the means to defend themselves, believe me that Jesus, the God who said, love your neighbor as yourself, authorizes the neighbor to defend them, just as you would defend your child. You're out of your mind, but I digress. I forgive you. And I want to give you an opportunity to explain yourself. So I've laid down the gauntlet, Hunter. This is J. William O'Toole speaking to T. Russell Hunter. Let me use my first name as an initial and give my middle name, William, to sound more profound, okay? Mr. T. Russell Hunter, J. William O'Toole is ready to debate you on this point, and let it be in person. We can arrange it months ahead of time or weeks ahead of time. I'll come down to Oklahoma, okay? Or I'll come down to Texas at my own expense. I'll do it on Zoom. As a last resort, I'll do it in writing, but I'd like to look you in the eye. It's been too long, and it's about time. I think, T. Russell Hunter, I think that I can make you beg when you're sober. I think that I can make you cry and ask to be taken home. Please, sir, take me home so I can sleep when you're sober. Because I think that's how a debate with J. William O'Toole, not because I'm so intelligent or so smart, but because the truth is on my side, and what you said is false, and your position is cowardly. Yes, I'm not in prison, and I don't want to go to prison, and I don't encourage anyone to go to prison, okay, under these circumstances, to throw their lives away. I don't tell people to do that, but that is a completely different scenario. The fact that they've got this power over us is a completely different point. It's completely separate from the ethical reality that these persons, even if they've got us locked in a law enforcement mechanism that is Orwellian, satanic, and keeping us from doing it, we'll never get out of it if we don't start at least speaking the truth. The word of our testimony is the one thing the Holy Spirit will not let his children compromise and let go of. We can reorder these chains that bind us. We can be free of them by the power of the truth. But when people like you speak lies and train others to pervert judgment, to judge unjust judgments, and claim the mantle of the leader of the abolitionists, well, you know I can straighten you out. And if you think you can straighten me out, let's do it. And unlike Officer Hicks, when you beg and piss yourself, I'll drive you home. No problem. I'll drive you home so you can go to bed. Now, if anyone thinks that I have misconstrued any the snippets I showed you earlier of the DUI arrest, again, we forgive Hunter, But this is a window. I've waited years and finally decided to just make a display of this. Not because I'm glorying in my fellow man's mistake. I've made plenty of them, and I've looked stupid plenty of times. But because I think something of his actual character came out then, something that I saw before that ever happened in him, when he would command his followers on Facebook to shun me and block me for reasons that they really couldn't articulate, that were either lies or half-truths. When I was being arrested by the FBI in Nairobi, and people from his clan were literally commanding the mayor of Bello, Cameroon, the deputy mayor, Gu Victor Chung, was helping get me out. I was being disappeared. I needed a writ of habeas corpus. By the grace of God, people all around the world were helping me. I had done nothing wrong. Just like Trump. But this is before Trump. They were targeting me. And they've been targeting pro-lifers. I'm talking about the FBI. When that happened to me and they disappeared me in Nairobi because they had no allegations, they had no charges, but they used, the FBI coerced a foreign government police, because that's easier for them to do, even though they're not an international law enforcement agency. That happened to me about 5 years ago. And T. Russell Hunter's AHA people tried to stop the only people who were helping me, told them this man is bad. You've been slandering me, Hunter, okay, in a cowardly fashion for a long time. I know it, and you know it. Well, come out of hiding. Stop lobbing missiles from your little perches. Come out, face me, man to man. Let's debate. Let's have it out. And let the truth win. Can you debate with me? Are you man enough?
If you're still alive, you can hear this song. You know this world cannot survive, 'cause something's all gone wrong. You may not like hearing it, you may be right in fearing it. This land of ours is dying, and you know it won't be long till it's gone. She can never pay. Piling up the bodies, but she can't hide away. Her godless people failing her, like drunken seamen sailing her, head on upon a deadly reef of greed and moral decay. So don't blame God for the sins of America. America's falling from the ways of the Lord. Don't blame God for the sins of America. Living for the dollar, she'll be dying by the song. Every silver coin and every dollar bill, read the words, "In God we trust," while out of fear we kill. The freedom's just a mockery, communist democracy, materialistic pleasure slaves looking for another thrill. We got $1 billion churches, nobody's on their knees. Well, there's so many selfish people who are just doing what they please. You know, we're sending people to the moon. We got a TV set in every for the dollar, she'll be dying by the sword. Yeah, dying by the sword. But if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray, seek my face and turn from their wicked way, then from heaven will I hear, forgive them of their sin